Welcome to episode 116 of the Preferred Experience podcast here with Coach Andrew today. We're going to talk about a upcoming rowing technique workshop we have coming up at the gym starting next Saturday and the Saturday after that, so April 23rd and April 30th at 10 a.m. Andrew is our resident expert on rowing here at the gym and has gone through and done some certifications on it and learned some different things in the past, if I remember right. And so lots of really good things he can teach us to row better than we are now. It's more than just jumping on a rower and going, we've learned. So one of the biggest benefits of rowing that we've all learned, I believe, through being in here is it's really a full body workout. And using a rowing machine like the Concept 2 rower that we use here in the gym, it's going to provide both aerobic exercises and strength training, and it strengthens the core, upper back, shoulders, arms, glutes, and legs. And it's really an awesome workout. Anything you'd want to add to that?
Nothing in particular, but yeah, it's a very beneficial tool to use to in our workouts or to use on its own. And I think this workshop is going to be beneficial for a lot of people that either have misconceptions of rowing or just have never learned instruction or technique, or like just the ins and outs of like rowing outside of a CrossFit class, or like how it can benefit you in a CrossFit workout or just in a rowing workout in general. I think many people are in a similar boat where their first exposure to a rowing machine was probably here in the gym, and it was probably okay, just get on this machine and start going, without any knowledge or background or understanding of how the machine works and what it does and how it tracks certain markers. And so this workshop is meant to be able to cover those bases and just give you a better understanding of what it is, how it works, and how to be more efficient in your technique, so that you're getting a better bang for your buck when there's rowing in one of our workouts, or whenever you're doing just a rowing workout in general.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So what would you say? You're gonna be teaching some different things in this workshop. So what would be like the three most common flaws you see when people are rowing?
Yeah. So it's difficult to explain without actually showing, like without actually getting on the rowing machine and showing you what it's like. And I guess that's the purpose of coming to the workshop, to be able to see. But a lot of the mistakes you see are just in mechanics, in terms of like rowing has a certain flow. There's a certain technique to be the most efficient with your stroke. Anytime you perform a stroke, your legs extend, you pull the handle to your chest, or even in the catch phase where you recover in the stroke, or where you pull your body back in to get ready to perform the next stroke. There's movement flaws when, so I guess the most common ones would be, again, it's hard to specifically describe, but like how the stroke can be performed. Like for people, it may be hard to engage their core in order to be efficient when they perform the stroke. They might have some collapse in their mechanics when they get fatigued. So maybe they bow forward when they get tired. Maybe their knees drive out really wide, and that just kind of shows or what that does is kind of demonstrate a breakdown in proper mechanics. And so one of the things that we'll go over in this clinic is just really reinforcing good mechanics and how to do that when you're tired, how to do that when you're fresh, but how to no matter what the workout calls for, like actually put focus and timing and attention into what your body is doing versus just going.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I know one thing you helped me a lot with, or at least got me thinking about it, was my turnover.
Mm-hmm.
So my turnover on the rower, a lot of times I was just like in the workouts just going as fast as I could.
Yeah.
And then you taught me to focus more on the strokes per minute number
Mm-hmm.
that shows up in the right-hand side of the monitor. And
yeah,
that helped me a lot. Made me think about how I would swim in the past. It wouldn't be about how fast I could turn my arms to be efficient for
Right.
like long distance.
Yeah.
It'd be more like good smooth strokes and how little a strokes you could get across a pool.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just like anything, like for example, like for a running workout, you would approach a 400 meter sprint for time very different than, say, like running a 10K. You would it's two very, very different workouts, but they're both the same in terms of running, in terms of movement pattern. And so it's similar on the rower, where there's a difference when you sprint versus when you just go long, slow, and steady. But there's also a difference versus, like, when we talk about strokes per minute in terms of rowing. If you don't know what that is, it's just basically how many times you pull the handle to your chest over the course of a minute. The monitor on the rowing machine will actually give you data and feedback in terms of the pace that you are currently going at. Mm-hmm. And so what a lot of times people haven't been taught is that there's a difference between just going as fast as you can and pulling, performing just as many strokes as fast as you can versus putting force into each stroke and putting power output into each stroke to get you more bang for your buck on your strokes. And so that's another thing that we would cover, just so you would know what it's like to go when you go fast versus still being able to put power into the machine but be able to slow your rate down. Mm-hmm. And so those would be things we cover too.
Awesome. Be good. And then let's see, what's one of the biggest things you hope people gain out of going to this clinic?
I would just say, like, a better understanding of rowing, like, especially if you've never been taught before, like okay, next time I'm on the rower, I have some things to think about when it comes to my mechanics, when it comes to my speed, when it comes to if I'm trying to keep a certain stroke rate, if I am like have a goal in mind when you're on the rower versus just going for the sake of going because the workout calls for it. Mm-hmm. I think rowing gets a bad rap because just people haven't been instructed on how to do it, so it causes them to be inefficient when they row, because they think, this is my least favorite thing to do, or I'm just not good at it, or that's just how my body works, know. But if we actually take the time to slow it down and say, okay, well, let's work on these things to make you a more efficient rower, so that when it shows up in a workout, you're not tempted to scale it to something different, or you're not worried about, I'm going to go so slow. Like, you can just focus on improving your mechanics, so that in the long run you can become more efficient at utilizing a rowing machine, because it really is a great tool. It's a full body workout. It's it's a great cardio implement, but I think the more we can help people to understand, like, what it really is, how we get the biggest bang for a buck out of it, then people can really come to appreciate it more.
Awesome. Yeah, I think it'll be good. I'm excited to see what people learn and see how it works with people in classes.
Yeah, sure.
what about, who would you recommend comes to this clinic? Is it for beginners? Is it for long-time rowers, CrossFitters?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's for everybody. Especially for those that don't like rowing for whatever reason. This would be a good clinic for you. If you've never been taught how to row, this would be a great clinic for you. Even if you feel like you are a generally pretty good rower, you can probably still take away some helpful information just to clean up technique and be able to refine things just a little bit more, just so you have some takeaways, you have something to take into your next rowing workout to help you be more efficient.
Awesome. Cool. And then another thing too, there's no charge if you're a member of CrossFit Preferred to come to this workshop, so take advantage of it. A lot of different gyms will charge extra for that. And what Andrew is going to be teaching is awesome. It's going to work. It's going to make a big difference for what you're going to learn. One thing I've noticed, a lot of times people are struggling to pass that black level test, and one of the big things is the row.
Okay.
And will this help someone that's trying to complete that row?
Absolutely. A lot of times when you're missing the mark on certain benchmarks, if it's a black level test, if you're trying to get a certain time on a 2K row, or even other rowing benchmark workouts, a lot of times if you're off the mark just by even if it's by a little bit, a lot of times it might be just mechanical breakdown, do your mechanics break down when you're fatigued, and how to mitigate that, how to still be efficient if you're on the rower for a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, what each different thing looks like, and how stroke rate might play a factor into that, different things to think about. I think I think it's definitely going to be helpful and help you improve in if you are aiming for that black level test, or just trying to be more, just see more improvements in workouts that involve rowing. This workshop is definitely gonna help you out.
Awesome. Thanks for being on here.
Sure.
Super excited for it.
Yeah.
Excited for everyone to try it out. And the thing I'm learning in CrossFit more and more is there isn't really a mindless thing you can do in CrossFit with any of the movements we do.
Yeah.
There's technique, and there's a way to perfect and improve each thing we do in the gym. Including rowing. Rowing's a huge one that you can improve. So excited for that. Remember, it's April 23rd and April 30th, Saturday, 10 a.m. We're excited for it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're capping each class at 22, as we have 11 rowers. And we want to be able to utilize them in a good way and make it fun and help that clinic flow as we go.
Right.
So remember, it doesn't take a miracle, it takes a plan, and we want to help you with that at CrossFit Preferred. And thank you for joining us. That's what we have for you today, and we'll see you soon. Thanks a lot. We'll see you. Bye.
See you guys.